Hi folks, and welcome to the wonderful Imola, where it is probably fair to say it's the new off-track central of iRacing. So let's get on with the fast lap. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show you the info tab. You can see they're identical to the Imola setup, which is what the fixed series uses, and moderate usage of 54%. I've set that completely wrong. Usually I do it about 44% because my car number is 44, but we're 54%, so bear that in mind. We're moderate usage, and track temp of 81 Fahrenheit. So yeah, not too hot, not too cold, quite nice. As mentioned, this is off-track central, so this has the new rules here, where if you get the 4-tire rule, so have a look at this and go through them and where you can and can't cut the corners, because some of them are very, very harsh in my opinion, i.e. this chicane. Before, you could battle over the curbs, not a problem. Not anymore. If you put all 4 tyres outside the white line, it is an off-track. So be warned, go do some practice, make sure you get the off-tracks in the right place. The lap is behind my head. I'm not going to show you. My fastest lap is a 37.292. And you can see there we were in the 37s quite a lot. 37.8, 37.4, 37.7, 37.4. But annoyingly, going to get my head back now. There we go. Annoyingly, they all had off tracks, so they don't count. So the one I'm actually going to show you is a little bit slower, which is this one up here. Lap 11, a 1:37.5 dead. So that is the lap I'm going to show you. That's probably a bit more representative of my time, sort of mid to low 37s without getting off tracks. And if I'm pushing it a bit more, I'm getting a lot of off tracks, which doesn't matter too much in the race, but will matter on qualifying. Anyway, that's not me waffling. Above my head, you should see my Discord, OLAP, BLAP telemetry replay file, and a little snippet of the sector time, so you can see what time is in what sector. I think that's everything. Let's crack on with the slowdown. Right then, Imola was a hell of a start-finish straight, so be cautious on the first few laps, and particularly the first lap going into turn 1. So be warned, the service road on the right-hand side is our braking point, and braking as in a straight line as best we can. Be careful around here with other cars. Nice, easy entrance into this one. Clip the curb, but don't hit the sausage curbs, and the same for turn 2 around here. Short shift into 4th to try and get the best exit you can, and away we go through this little kink. It is flat out, but be careful on cold tyres, and be careful running too far wide here, particularly if you start touching the grass a bit further down and a bit further wide. Going through this long sort of left-right chicane, before the 50 board we're braking, dab on the brakes, down the gear. You can take more speed through this one, but make sure you have to slam on the brakes again for this one. Now this is where our first off-tracks come in. Do not run wide here. Before we could run right to the gravel trap, now with the new ruling we can't do that, so be cautious, be very, very cautious. The end of the service road there, slash the 50 board, is our braking for the hairpin. So again, brake in a straight line. We want nice late apex here to try and get on full throttle as soon as we can up the hill. It's going to be definitely a drag race out of this one to get to the sweeping left-hander right at the top. So nice, easy exit round there. Do not wheel spin, and away you go. Uphill, if there's someone next to you, really make a decision if you want to go too wide. be careful through here. 50-meter board, just as we pass it, brake again. Take this one super easy, because again, we can't do a Lando Norris and run really wide on this corner. We will get an off track. That is about as close as you dare. As long as you keep a tire on the red and white curb, you should be absolutely golden. Drop down the hill now, and we're looking for the 50 board again. Brake in a straight-ish line, but try and take the corner through the speed here as much as you can, and then brake on the second half. Use all of the curb on the left-hand side. Really slow it down. We need a good full throttle application out of here. It's uphill, so getting a few more miles an hour through there and up there will be a lot easier. Now, to the chicane of pain in the rear, I think we should call it. 50-meter board just before it, probably about a 75-meter mark, to be honest. Brake in a nice heavy straight line. Make sure you go through here and you keep a tire on the tarmac at all times, otherwise it is an off track. Really ruin that chicane. You used to bounce over the curves quite nicely, but now unfortunately we can't. Be careful of the exit as well. If you go too wide, I think too far wide, sorry, there is a slowdown. Coming to the end of the lap now, be careful of dive bombs down into this one. It is a real good opportunity too, but you're looking for the straight bit of the curb, and we're braking all the way down that straight section of the curb on the right hand side. Very easy to lock our front tyre here, so be cautious. Make sure you take loads of curb. Don't worry about taking too much speed through this one. You're kind of using that corner to set up the final corner on the lap, which is where we need to get the good exit. So a little bit of the curb on the apex and then full throttle application. We can run a little bit wider here, but again, try and keep a tyre on the red and white curb at least. And done and dusted. This is a slipstream fest, this start-finish straight, so be warned. Loads of opportunities to overtake through here going into turn one, but that is us across the line in a 1:37.500. So yes, I was quite happy around here. I was happier around here than I was at Suzuka, put it that way. Suzuka understeer is horrible, but this one is pretty much a straight circuit. It's a very fast circuit, so it probably suits the Radical a little bit better. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed. Fingers crossed this helped, and I'll catch you on the next one.